Hey.
Hi.
Hey,
I'm
recording. We're so formal. It doesn't need to be formal for sure. Like I said, look at. I mean, I can't even stand looking at myself. I put a hat on, so I'm like that. Okay.
Put the hat down.
I know. I do this sometimes.
I see these veins in my head. I don't like that. Look at that. Look at that.
I tell you what, Janelle and I were just talking about this morning. I swear to God, like with doing so many videos and Zooms and, you know, things like that now, like seeing every imperfection on yourself is so tough. Like, that's why I get Botox. That's why I get fake lashes. That's why I get stuff, because I can't stand back a couple years ago, I didn't care. I just didn't know any different. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why I don't like Snapchat. Who wants to see a video?
No, you look good on Snapchat. There's plenty of filters to make you look good.
That's true. I do like the filters. I wish they had that on everything.
Me too. I know.
Good. Amanda's on too. Well, welcome you guys. So obviously this is not formal. I just like to do these once a month, and we are recording for those that couldn't get on. What I like to do is just really just open it up real quick to anybody if you have any issues or you want to talk about anything first. And then I just have a couple of things to say, and then we'll end it. So usually about, 30, 45 minutes or so, depending on how much we chat. So does anybody have anything that they want to talk about? This is my favorite part. Everybody's like nobody says anything. I'm such a teacher. I feel like such a teacher at this point.
Paul's got her notes out, so we figure she's ready to go.
What do you have to say, Melanie?
Look!
Blank. It's blank.
I could go. This was my notes for the last call. So I'm good. I've done a lot of talking.
Awesome.
Right, Michelle?
And does everybody know Amanda? Amanda, I don't know if you've been able to get on any of these yet.
No, I think like right when I got Diamond, I was on, and then it's been like a long time. So
Since you've been able to get on. Okay, so this is Amanda. She's one of my personally sponsored coaches. She just had a baby, obviously, not too long ago. So she wasn't able to go to Summit this year.
yeah.
Oh, he's like, leave me alone. Aww. Okay, well, I have a couple of things then. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about is the health bet. How you guys are planning with your teams to leverage the health bet, if any. I mean, you should be, because I can tell you this, I really feel like this is a perfect time to leverage something new. And honestly, people are motivated by money. They're motivated by some type of kickback. And honestly, it may be 5 cents that they're getting back. Who knows? But just they're motivated by some type of kickback. I know I am personally, and a lot of people are. So, do you have any plans with your team right now? And if not, let's brainstorm. Let's brainstorm some plans for the health bet and how to leverage it.
We have plans. Who wants to talk about our plans, Team Extreme?
You.
No. Our new here, I am going to talk about it.
Okay.
One of our newest coaches, Michelle's coach, Mary Lou, Lisa Humphrey, you know Mary Lou.
Oh, yes.
She had a great idea. She was just like, aren't we going to get the guys involved in this? They're coaches too, right? Then we could double our money, at least if we get $5, we may get $10. So it made me think, it was like, this is the perfect time to bring in the boys and get our own Beachbody bro group going,
Awesome.
So we've talked to the guys, and David's on board. I was like, okay, David, got to have you. You have to do this, and of course, Mary Lou, her husband is willing to do it, and maybe Scott. I don't know about the rest of them, but we're going to do it. So we're going to get the guys involved, and we're not going to put any restrictions or guidelines on them. We're just going to let their group take whatever direction they want it to go. We've been wanting guys to get involved, not necessarily our husbands, but we've been wanting to attract male coaches. So I think this might be a good way for us, if we can get these guys chatting it up, and at least we do have some male coaches that we can put in there with them. And, that may help them, be more motivated and engaged and continue on their journey. So we do have that going. And then Valerie, on her long drive home from Summit, she researched everything about the new app.
Pretty safe.
We had not used it. But she had a few hours in the car, so she totally used her time. And we have this month's group has been in the app, and we love it. We're loving the app. So this was our way of getting our current challengers on board for the health bet. So that's what we've done. And of course, I just got finished talking to the group about, moving forward next month, having that 3-week yoga retreat, which is awesome. And then I didn't realize until yesterday, the club challenge pack also has the portion fix containers with it and everything, which is, a huge part of our nutrition program and our challenge groups.
Sure.
So, I think we're going to really utilize the club challenge pack in getting the health bet, because they'll get the yoga retreat. They just get so much,
And yoga retreat starts September 5th too, right? Is that the same date, the same launch date? Okay.
I think it's the 5th, but I know it's 3 weeks in September. So
I couldn't remember if it was the 5th or the 8th. I don't remember.
I think it's the same because Carl said he was going to do it. And it was like the beginning of the health bet, and then he was going to have to figure something else out for the last week.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I should know that, but I don't.
And then I feel like that if they go with the club challenge pack, then that aligns them to unlock the new program that comes out in November, and they have things they can try for October, so that was, I just feel like that's the club challenge pack going into the health bet is just, I don't know, it's kind
That's a great point. I like that with the club challenge pack, because obviously they'll have sneak peeks of the Core de Force too.
Yeah. And everything in there, the cooking, Fixate cooking show is going to be there. So I just think it's kind of a cool feature.
Okay. That's a good point. I like that. And I like your idea of getting the guys involved, or kind of saying double your money with a partner, even if it's not your husband, a friend or something like that. And talking about referral, that's a perfect way to get referrals, is double your money with a partner type thing. So I like that. That's a great idea, because that's what my 5-Minute Friday is going to be about tomorrow, you guys, is this health bet. So I want to be giving all of these ideas, for people. So I like it. I've used the app once for a challenge group. I did it a few months ago. I didn't like it as well as running a Facebook group. I found that my participants didn't like it as well. It was more convenient for me, I think, and it wasn't as convenient for them. But, obviously you have to run it through this, so we're going to do it. I don't think it's hard to use by any means. It's not like it's user friendly.
And it's so similar to Facebook that it's not like they have to learn something new,
Exactly.
To do it in the app.
Well, and it's nice now that they don't require that, how you had to send them a code to get in, you know what I mean? It's a little bit easier. I think they're making
it is easy. Yeah. If you just download it and you're in.
Right. The problem is it took up so much room on my phone, and I have 128 gigabyte phone, but it took up so much room I had to take it off.
Yeah, some people had to get rid of things to get it on their phone, not challengers, coaches.
Yes, that was the problem with me too.
Yeah, but what I've noticed is people who never commented in the challenge group on Facebook are logging their Shakeology and their workouts.
Good.
They're not saying a word, but I now know not everybody, but I now know more of challengers who are drinking and working out that I had no clue. I thought they were just whatever. They're working out every day. And so that is good, because then we could recognize them.
Yeah.
So that really helps with our recognition piece, because each week we try to recognize, the challengers for something. And that's hard to do in Facebook when they're not giving any feedback. So
that's a great point.
Yeah. So that's been a nice feature for the app.
So I like that idea of a partner or a spouse, or, you know what I mean? So Amanda, what are you doing? I know you started mentioning.
Well, I haven't done an event for a while, so I thought this would be a good thing to do an event for, because I feel like people are more interested in it. And I'm trying to talk to either my coaches that are they were working the business and now they're just, basically drinking the Shakeology, or just even my discount coaches. I just feel like it's a good way to kind of, like you said, double their money. They don't necessarily have to get in the business, but I was going to talk to them about you could do this to get back on track. And if you know anybody that would want to, win some money, basically, we can put them under your account and everything. So kind of giving them a taste of the business a little bit.
He's grabbing your ears so hard.
Yeah, I know.
You know what? I think that's a great idea too. you know, how obviously we do the, you know, refer 3, get yours free type thing. It's a great way to kind of tap into that too, to tap into, hey, this is a perfect time for them to get involved. It's a great way for them to, you know, possibly get some money back, some investment back too.
Right.
So, good. Perfect. So you're doing an event.
Yes.
All right, awesome. Okay. Anybody else with the health bet or any other feedback on the health bet?
I have something on the Club Challenge Pack. I just have pushed that. I think it's such a value. It's incredible. And when you start using it and you don't have to fool around with those discs anymore, it's amazing. But I'm wondering if we should get a list compiled of everything that comes in that Club and Shakeology Challenge Pack. Because I did a list for my cousin the other day of the fitness programs that came with it. And like the list is this long.
Yeah, for sure.
And now Melanie just said the containers were in there. I didn't know that. I mean, the value of that pack is so great. I'm happy to share my list. I actually turned on the on-demand and I went through and I compiled the whole list of everything. I mean, it's huge.
Well, that's not even just the programs. Like in between programs, like in July, I couldn't really focus on a program. So I found the master trainers,
Yes.
which I really like because I always really like Turbo Live. So those are all like the master, and you get like a taste of Insanity Live and P90X Live. And so I think that's pretty cool too. And I didn't never know that was there before.
And I don't think people realize that it's not just the programs, but it's the nutrition guides too.
Yeah, yeah, that's huge.
And that's huge too. It's not just a workout that's in there too. Lisa, that would be great if you want to share. Why don't you share it in our elite group?
Okay.
We can even if you just copy and paste and create a new file, and then we can add to it, you know, and then kind of create our own. That would be awesome.
And just so you know, the portion fix that's with it right now is not always with it. So
this month.
Yeah. The only reason I noticed it because I was using BB Links yesterday, and I noticed that the Club Challenge had a line through it, and that usually means it's on special. So when I clicked on it and I saw everything, that's another good resource for listing everything that comes with it is in BB Links. It doesn't have all the programs. It doesn't have all the programs, but it has a lot of the features. But it showed the portion containers at the bottom, the portion fixing containers. And usually that means they also get a Shakeology shaker cup too, which doesn't come with all programs.
So it's for the month of August right now, right?
Maybe, probably. Yeah.
I mean, who knows if they'll extend it or not, but that's right now. Okay, cool.
Is the cooking show on there yet? Or that hasn't?
This week, doesn't it? What is the date today? The 18th? I thought it was around right now, like the 18th or 19th that I thought they were starting it.
Oh no, this is the third week of the 20s, if y'all are watching that.
I'm not. Is it good?
It is pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah, and it's short. It's shorter than I thought it was going to be. It's only like 20 minutes. I mean,
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten on it, but I'm pretty sure the Fix8 cooking show was supposed to start this week, like today or tomorrow. For some reason, I have that date in my brain.
So we can add that to the list.
Yeah, for sure, for that club. Okay, cool. And I mean, and my biggest thing is, you know, I feel like we have to tap into it. And I'm not going to lie, everything that happened, you know, sometimes you get overwhelmed and it's like another thing to do, another thing to tap into. But Lisa, I don't know if you saw Anita Myron's post on.
I did. I shared it with the team.
Yeah, it was very good. And I should probably share that too. I haven't shared it yet, but it was, very good just saying, hey, you need to tap into this. So, you know, obviously as leaders, we need to make sure that our coaches are tapping into it. So, okay, anything else on the health bet, you guys? All right, good deal. Okay, so I just got off a Zoom with Jayme, and I know in my Tuesday update I mentioned this briefly, but we didn't have the details going yet. We don't have a name for it yet because I'm not always creative sometimes, so we'll come up with a name for it. But what we're going to do is, obviously, you guys know that Christine Dwyer with Platinum Presenters does a business boot camp. Okay, that's kind of the idea behind this. And what we want to do is open it to our entire downline. So it doesn't matter what rank you are. It doesn't matter, you know, where you're at in your business. You could be. I technically don't want a brand new coach. I think I need to add that on here too. You had to have gone through some type of coach basics training or new coach training, whatever your team offers. But we are saying that you have to, you know, it can be any rank. You have to go through a coach basics. You must be active on Shakeology Home Direct. So those are the three main things. to be able to participate in this. Once a quarter, well, we'll see. I shouldn't say once a quarter because we're going to wait and see how this goes. But in October, what our plan is, if this goes well, we'll run it like in October, January, April, the first month of every quarter. It's a 21-day accountability group for coaches, for just coaching. What the expectations are is we will have weekly Zooms. We have dates for that. It's a 21-day group. For this group, it'll start October 3rd and run through the 23rd. They are expected daily to check into the group. So there is a little bit more of an expectation. They are expected daily to check into the group. And obviously on the weekends, it may be a little lighter, like more like what did you do for your personal development, just the basics. And then 3 times per week, they will have an assignment due. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, there'll be some type of assignment due. Now, it's only for 3 weeks. So there's only 9 assignments, all right? So if you go inactive, you're automatically kicked out of the group. That's not an option. If you miss 1 assignment, that's a warning. But if you miss 2 assignments, then you are kicked out of the group. And obviously, we're going to be very upfront about this. There will be an application process. So applications will go out in September. And obviously, I'll be, writing all this down for you guys too. But applications will go out in September. They're going to be due on the 16th of September. We will announce who got into the group the 26th, the week of the 26th, and then it starts October 3rd. But we're only taking 10 people per team. So for this first test group. And honestly, we just want people that want to work their business. We want to mentor them, and we want more of like a one-on-one feel to it. So it's not going to be a big group, because I feel like sometimes when we do too big of groups, people get lost. And then they think, oh, well, they don't care anyways. They're not, they don't even notice I'm gone type thing. Well, we will notice if you're gone in this group, because there's only 10 people that I'm going to be mentoring, and, 10 people that Jayme's going to be mentoring. So our hopes is that this is going to be a good group for anybody at any rank, just to help them realize what it takes to work their business and what it takes to grow their business, and obviously if you guys want to apply, you can apply. And I don't know what we're going to base it on yet. We're still kind of working through that, but kind of just put the word out to your teams right now, and then I will be getting more details very soon on that. So that's my thing. Like I said, our goal is just to get more business builders. We need more business builders on our team, and I'm sure you guys are like, yes, we do. Yes, we do. We all feel the same way, So.
Well, Cory, my question, you have this awesome 21-day Coach Basics group. So I guess in doing this, it would be a little more elevated than that. Yes. Your newer coaches would still go into this Coach Basics, which are you, I haven't, Lord knows, I haven't had anybody to put in there in a while. Yeah. And I just put a girl in there, a couple of weeks ago, and obviously she's not doing anything. So, are we missing something here in this 21-day group? What
in the Coach Basics group? I don't know. And I actually was just talking to my assistant about this the other day on our call. The hard part about running groups on Facebook is it's so overwhelming. And obviously you guys know that that's why I've kind of started moving, like the Push to Emerald group is in that Kajabi now. I just put the sneak peek. If you didn't see my post yesterday, the sneak peek is now in Kajabi, which is awesome, because now instead of, these events that we're running, and it's technically just the Backstage Pass event, I'm just calling it a sneak peek instead. It's the exact same material. But basically, think about it. We run the Backstage Pass once or twice a month. If they miss it, then you're like, oh, well, let me tag you in the event page. And chances of them going back and watching the videos in order are slim to none. Now with this system, it's laid out for them in a step-by-step. This is what you watch, this is what you watch, this is what you watch. The same thing, I think, my whole point of this is the same thing is going to happen with the Coach Basics group. We're going to transition to this training academy instead. The nice part is the distraction of Facebook isn't there. I can monitor it better. You can monitor it better, because the thread of comments will happen and they stay there. Okay. So it's not going to be a new Facebook group each time. And then they can do it at their own pace. Now, the only bad thing about that is obviously the whole idea behind doing the Coach Basics group is for them to do a little bit each day. And what we don't want is them to be like, oh, well, I'll do a couple assignments today and then not do any assignments for the next 3 days, because that's not the point of it. So we also have the option of still running a live Coach Facebook's group starting the first Monday of every month, but using that Kajabi system instead of Facebook, because then the posts aren't going to get lost. They're, that's what happens usually, is like day 1 is down here, and then here comes day 4, and then day 7's over here. And I don't know if it's too overwhelming for new coaches, or if the preparation isn't happening before, because I have new coaches that don't participate too. It's not just you. I don't know what we're missing. So it's like, all we can continue to do is to try new things and try to figure out, is it the preparation part? Is it the GSR call? Do I need to talk more on the GSR call? Do I need to, prep them with different videos? I have a fly in here. It's driving me nuts. What can you guys see that? I saw it went right by the camera.
No, I just see you.
I don't like this. Like, what can we do to better prepare them? Because I agree, something is missing, and that's, I just think it's time for a change. If there's the content that's in there, in my opinion, is good content. I'm not going to lie. Like, I feel like it's the content that needs to be said.
It's good.
Done. So maybe a different format will help. I don't know.
Cory, have you ever considered shortening it?
I don't think it can be shortened. I just don't. I really don't. I mean, you can say, okay, let's do a 14-day group, but I really don't feel that. I don't think it's the length. I really don't, because I feel like it takes 21 days to make a habit. I really do, whether that's fitness, whether that's your business. And if you're not willing to commit to 21 days of doing these daily things, that's great that you get through those 14 days or 7 days or whatever, but are you going to continue on with that? Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you have to get it in your head that every day I'm going into this group, I'm going to do the assignment, and then that's what I'm going to continue on with each day, if that makes sense. So yes, it's not that I haven't thought about it.
Yeah.
When we first started, it was 60 days. Then it went to 30 days.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? And now 21 days. I just don't think I can go less than 21 days, in my opinion.
Is there a heavy push or emphasis? I have, I've been a little out of it lately, in that group for advancing to Emerald right away?
No, that's where the Push to Emerald group is. And that's why we had it set up where the 21 days for Coach Basics, and then that last week of every month is Push to Emerald. But now we have it where, I think it's in week 2, we talk about becoming Emerald. And I, in my GSR call, personally talk to my coaches about your goal for the first month. And obviously, if you get that Rock Your Basics check sheet, that's your goal for month 1, is to become Emerald and to make Success Club. You know what I mean? So I don't necessarily think that there's a huge push in the actual Coach Basics group. It's just, I do it individually with my coaches, and it's on like the check sheet, if that makes sense. But I think the Push to Emerald group pushes.
We did our own Push to Emerald group, and it was pretty hardcore. There was kind of like, you just do it. You don't think about it. And maybe if you did one post dedicated to that, because when people go Emerald, everybody moves up in rank. So
there is one. There is a post dedicated to it in the Coach Basics group. Is that what you're saying? Oh yeah, there is one. There is one dedicated, and I talk about the importance of signing up your spouse.
Yeah.
Whatever, but I don't remember what day it is. It might be day like 10 or something like that. That there is.
And one thing maybe to consider if you were to think about moving that one, is when they bought their challenge pack, because then it could be too late for them to make it in their, if they didn't even think, oh, I want to coach for 3 weeks,
right?
Then they're out of their first month, possibly. I don't know. I see what
the advantage of having it in the Kajabi, because then they can start at any time too.
Oh, because they can see it.
Yep, you actually just go in and it goes step by step, and you do it on your own pace. It doesn't. It's not.
And I like that too, because we have a lot of. It seems like an influx of full-time workers who are interested in this, and they're the ones who are having a hard time doing the Coach Basics on a daily basis. They're having a hard time posting on a daily basis, most of them, because their 8 hours of their day is constricted to something else. So I like that idea that maybe they could catch up on weekends. They could do as fast as they want on the weekends. It's more their pace.
Yeah, but like I said, the biggest thing is they have to realize that it has to be done a little bit each day. Like, they have to be posting.
Or too much. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the only thing. I just always equate it to fitness. You can't think, oh, it's the weekend, I'm going to work out for 6 hours. and then not work out the rest of the week. It's not going to benefit you. You have to be doing a little bit each day,
every day,
you know, but it is self-paced, and that's a nice thing. And for you guys, just so you know, and obviously I put this in the directions, but just so you're pushing it too, the reason I have them sign on with their name and then put your name, their coach's name next to it, because, you know, I'm going to put this link on my website. And a lot of times, like at Super Saturdays, I'll just announce to all coaches, if you guys want to go to any of my trainings, here's my website and here's my password, because I don't care to open it up to other coach groups, but I can deny access to people. So that's why I want whoever their coach name is on that same line. And it says that right in the instructions on how to do it.
Okay.
So that's the importance of that. So yeah, so that's what I thought the thought process is to move it to the Kajabi and not do it on Facebook each month. As far as the Push to Emerald thing is, Lisa, though, I would really recommend like they do the Push to Emerald on there. You know what I mean? I don't know if you've had a chance to look at that, but that's more of an intensive group.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm going to share a video in Team Vibe, the elite group, from that Rochelle Griffin did about her $100,000 mistake by not enrolling her husband. And if you want to use that at some point in any of your trainings,
yeah,
I thought it was very impactful.
Okay. And that might be a good one to put in the Push to Emerald group.
Exactly.
Because actually we just kind of revamped the Push to Emerald group. It's Erin's, what she was running.
Right.
But Janelle had done one. So we put in some of her videos that she used too. So it's kind of like, and believe me, a lot of these trainings that I'm doing, I'm more than open for ideas on newer stuff, or, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like, it's like, here you go, this is all we're ever going to do. Mm-hmm. I definitely can change things out and whatever is more impactful for sure.
Yeah, Melanie, I think that one was very impactful in our Push to Emerald.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll just post it, and, you know, you can use it as you see fit or not.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So that was my biggest thing. So like I said, I just wanted to talk about the health bet. I wanted to talk about whatever we're going to call this business boot camp. I don't know what we're going to call it. And you know what? That's a good idea. Maybe I can run that business boot camp through the Kajabi too. That might be easier. I got to write that down. I might be able to do that.
I think that's really great that you guys are doing a business boot camp.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I don't know if it'll go well or not. And then, you know, at the end, they will, you know, receive like a tank top or a shirt or something. Like we haven't decided yet on.
They should have to earn it.
They do have to earn it. They have to complete it. You know what I mean? They can't.
Well, I mean, no, I mean the group. I mean, that's the thing. I feel like I've talked to Lisa about this. We have a bread basket of stuff anytime they want it. You know, Absolutely. There's no urgency. They don't realize this is a business that you have to work, you know, and I just feel like they think, I mean, I'm guilty of it too. It'll be there next week. I'll get to it 2 days from now. I mean, and the next thing you know, you've missed the boat, you know, like, I don't know. I'm just thinking, I like the fact that you are only taking a limited number and they have to apply, and, you know,
I mean, and actually, I'm open for suggestions. Like, what kind of things do you guys think should be on the application? You know, as far as having them earn it. Like,
they need to be accountable for whatever they put on there. They need to. What is your desire? What do you want to get out of this? You know, and then, you know, what do you expect to have to put in here? They just need. I feel like when we start people in the challenge groups, you know, we like to ask them what they feel their obstacles are going to be. And then, you know, like their strengths and their weaknesses, but mainly just to make them think for themselves about their expectations and what their part in it is going to be, you know, and I think you're going to get that with the application process.
Yeah. And that's obviously our biggest push, is to have the application to say it's due by this time, no exceptions. This is when you'll find out. You can't miss these assignments, you know, and just make sure it is very, you know, and that's not necessarily my personality, so it is kind of pushing me out of my comfort zone to be so like rigid and strict. But I need some business builders.
It's professional. Yeah, I don't think it's strict. But, I mean, even bigger than that, you know. And I know this is for everybody. I wish I had 2 people I could put in there. I wish I had 2. You know.
For sure.
I'm still struggling with creating coaches. I mean, this is what some of our calls have been about. You know, is how do we find these coaches? And, you know, the funny thing is I think about all the coaches we have on our team who are actually working the business. They're not the ones who checked in every night in the challenge group.
Sure.
They're not, they're self-made coaches, just like I am, just like most of us are. So it's like, that makes it even harder to determine where they're coming from and how we are attracting them. I mean, Valerie signed up because her sister was a coach drinking Shakeology. I mean, she did it for personal reasons. I think most people do start for personal reasons. So that's why, to me, the personal connection is so important. But I'm still struggling, like, how in the world do I get coaches? I mean, I'm so...
Recruit new coaches or to get...
Either one. Recruit one or turn a challenger into one. I'm like, we're trying some things with our challenge group and our focus. Like, we're talking about funnel 3 weeks and kind of the direction, the subliminal direction that we're taking in the challenge group in order to subliminally create a coach by having them bring on their friends and what have you.
Right.
So maybe I just, we haven't really implemented that. I mean, it takes all of us as a team to kind of work that way because we're sharing a group and we're all posting. So, this was just discussed last week. So it'll be more in the future to determine how we make this funnel and drop out these little coaches.
Well, I think that's a great idea. And actually, I don't know what call it was on, or someone told me about Jessica Pascola. I think it was her that said that's exactly what she do that's what she does as far as like transitioning her challengers to coaches. In those groups, she actually has her challengers take a day to post and give them more responsibility in the group, and then have them see that, hey, this is you're doing exactly what we do, So I think all of those are great ideas, like what you said. It's just getting them to see that they can be coaches too.
Right.
I think,
that part of it's easy.
Yeah.
Posting is easy in a group. It's
Right.
posting 3 to 5 times a day, every day on social media. That's hard for new people, especially people who aren't used to that.
Absolutely.
But or even just sharing their story, just opening up and sharing what they're doing is really hard for people.
Absolutely. I totally agree. For sure. And being real about it,
Yeah.
and just going back to like finding working coaches, like I kind of saw that this month I'm on track for being an organizational leader. I don't know if you guys are going to talk about the leadership ladder at all. And the only thing that would prevent me from doing that is I need 2 of my personally sponsored coaches, obviously, to get Success Club. So Jerry Sue, of course. But then 4 of their coaches need to get just 1 point. And the only one I think that can do it is Jerry Sue. And Alyssa. I think Alyssa might have 4 people that could get 1 point. But it just goes to show you the level of people that we're bringing on can't even get 1 Success Club point.
Yeah, and I don't know what else that we can do. And I feel like we talk about this every call.
Yeah.
I don't know what else we can do to make people see the value of those Success Club points and equate those back to you're helping someone. It's not just a point, you're helping someone. I don't understand what else to do. Obviously, I try to incentivize. We try to, get prizes for the leadership ladder type stuff. Because I'm the same with you, Lisa. I've always been an organizational leader. I'm just a step away from being an executive leader because I only have 2 team leaders. I need 2 more team leaders.
Okay.
So I can't get there. I mean, you and Aaron are my only team leaders. You know what I mean? So I feel you.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Some fly.
I mean, I do think, Lisa, I don't know if, I know you've done challenge groups, but I do think that does help coaches. I mean, we'll take Barbara, for example. This end of this month will be 1 year. I'm finally learning how to motivate her. Like, you just have to know how to motivate certain people, and it takes trial and error, I guess, to figure that out. But, I mean, the fact that a year later she's still trying is one good thing, and then, like, some people are motivated just on their own, but other people, you have to kind of say, this is what you need to do. Like, they need it, like, aligned. Okay, I need to make Success Club this month. And then they try for that, and then, like, with the challenge groups, that helps coaches do that. That gives them something to invite to. You know, and I feel like that has worked for us very well with the free challenges and then the paid challenge groups. And then, you know, like, so, you know, Barbara and some of the newer coaches have something to talk about, you know, like.
Well, yeah, and then if they're doing a challenge group, that's what they should be posting about each and every day. They should be you know, they're doing their workouts, they're doing their Shakeology, they should be posting about that and sharing. That's one of their posts each and every day. One of their posts is their workout or their Shakeology, and one of their posts is something around their personal development. So, you know, kind of equate it to that. If you're doing your workout and you're in this challenge group, you should have posts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, even the post that's in the group, you can post on your timeline.
Absolutely, absolutely, yes.
Do a different picture. I mean, that's what I tell the girls. I'm like, take this and just put a different picture with it, or take that picture and do different words. You know,
different words, more engagement to get more engagement. And then they should always have something from their personal development. If they don't know what to, you know, they don't know what to post, it means they're not reading their personal development. I highly believe in that.
Yes. And that's another thing, you know, we're talking about in the challenge groups. These people need it just for the challenge. So why not go ahead and give them some personal development?
Absolutely. And maybe that's a huge thing. I think that's a great idea, is to start adding maybe personal development into your challenge groups. And then they can see, hey, this is exactly what we do as coaches.
Right. I mean, I'm just trying to think of ways that we can, these people that are coming on board, we get a few coaches that drop out of the funnel, you know, so and it's not easy. And I cannot imagine if we didn't have a challenge group and I didn't get to see Valerie's people and Lisa's and just, if I wasn't able to see and visualize these people, I can't imagine how I would know how to build them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I think that, you know, this whole like push, and I know we don't have that much more time, so if we cut off, I apologize, you guys, but this whole push by Carl and Beachbody to get back to basics and to get back to, you know, fitness and working out, that's exactly what you're doing. You're trying to transition people from a challenge group into coaching, which is exactly what you should be doing. What we have to realize is that it just takes time, you know, sometimes, and it takes time. And believe me, I wish I could be more patient too, but I think that you're doing the right things and you're taking the right steps. And that's exactly what all of us should be doing, for sure.
We'll just keep doing it.
Keep doing it. I know that's all you can do. Just keep doing it. Okay, you guys, well, I'm going to end this. If you guys have anything else that you need, obviously I'll post this recording in the Elite group. Tag me under the post if you have any other questions or if you think of something else after the fact. But I appreciate you guys getting on. I appreciate your time and your input. I think that's it. Anything else real quick? Are you good? All right. Thank you, guys. We'll talk soon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.